A court decision as to whether the markup that the Alberta NDP implemented on beer is unfair to two breweries is finally scheduled to take place next week. The two out-of-province beer producers, Steam Whistle and Great Western, claim that the NDP's tax and grant scheme is unfair because only Alberta breweries have an advantage. You might remember that the Alberta government brought the tax in under the guise of promoting local breweries, except now Joe Ceci, the Minister of Finance, is saying that it's not a tax in response to an article penned by lawyer Derek Frum at the Canadian Constitution Foundation. Ceci says that the markup has always been in place and that it's the cut that the government simply receives for supply and distribution. But that's not good enough. It's still a tax even if it's been around for some time. Also, who's buying this? This is the same type of word policing that the Liberals and NDP use to describe the carbon tax. They call that one a levy. For beer, it's a markup. Except word policing still doesn't describe a way that these are taxes. Both are coming out of your bank account and going into the government purse. You know what else Joe Ceci claims? He keeps saying he's on the side of these local breweries and that the NDP supports this growing industry. Well, I have court documents filed on May 12th that tell me otherwise. In this document, a ministerial briefing note advising Ceci on the beer markup shows that the NDP wanted to make $85 million off of the tax and that they knew that they had to act immediately so that they could make as much money as possible from retailers and businesses. Let me read directly from the document. The government has indicated that it wishes to obtain an additional $85 million in revenue from liquor markups. There's also a table that lays out three options for the NDP to choose from. Option 1 involves no money making, while options 2 and 3 are the path to the requested $85 million cash grab. Of course, they chose to increase markups on everyone and then provide grants to Alberta brewers only to cover the tax. This is where the discrepancy with the other brewers comes in. The advice then goes on to read, the markup increase will need to take effect immediately. Any delay in implementation or breach of confidentiality could incent retailers to stock up on product priced at current markup rates, impacting revenue projections. Because of course the NDP will use their standing with the little guy narrative to veil the fact that they just want to take our money and punish businesses and consumers along the way. These documents show that. Also, you know who made the most effective changes in order for the industry to grow? It was actually the progressive Conservatives who lifted a controversial rule that was in place that made it so breweries had to produce a certain amount of product to get in the game. The NDP didn't do that. The only thing they did was make things more complicated and more expensive in order to squeeze consumers for all they can get. I've told you before that I don't think that the Alberta NDP has brought in one single policy that was good for Albertans. Honestly, I'd like to be able to report that they have, but this is just, once again, another NDP policy that works against Albertans and Canadians and not for them, despite what the Alberta NDP tell us. The court decisions for both Steam Whistle and Great Western Brewery are being made late next week, and I'll definitely make sure to update you on that outcome. For the Rebel.media, I'm Holly Nicholas. Thanks so much for watching. The Alberta NDP brought in an unconstitutional beer tax, and that's a barrier to free trade in Canada. If you think Canadians deserve to reap the benefits from free trade like I do, sign our petition at beerfreedom.ca to show your support.